Well, somehow my recorder got cut off, but here we are investigating what it means, this part about the one who is denounced by God will fall into this pit, which is the mouth of strange women. And we were just looking into this word za'am, which means all of these things. Like, this is something that you don't want to be. You don't want to be this to God, particularly. Will be. So here other people do this. Look at how this is so far removed from these words: indignation and denouncement and abhorrence. Interesting. Indignation. Scant measure that is a curse. So here, Micah uses it with the word curse. With whom the Lord is angry, with you have been angry. So when God separates himself, we could almost say this is God will make a stranger, like a curse drives a separation of the Lord will fall there. So now again, when we come back to the Proverbs, we have the two parts. Will fall there. And now it's time to bring it back together. Here's where I'm kind of ready to go in and see who has something interesting to say about this. Proverbs 22, 5 and 6, we're going to down to right here. 22:14. There's no comment on it. All right. This must be a difficult one. Study guide for this. 22:3 all the way down to 14. I don't know what translation they're coming this from, but okay, the mouth of a strange woman, most likely the foreign woman, who is abhorred by the Lord will fall there. So this does a worse job of translating the first part and a better job of translating the second part. A seductive trap by the word he speaks. I don't know that this is even true, because Solomon was born late in the life of David, specifically after his sin with Bathsheba, because Bathsheba was Solomon's mother. I'm a bit skeptical about this person's work and study. A deep pit. Okay, yes, of course. Is a fool abhorred by the Lord? I don't know. I think this person is getting ideas that don't seem to come from the text. 22:14. It's kind of general. Okay. Let's see if this person, this is the last one that we might get something interesting from here. This is designed to warn all young men against the lusts of uncleanness. Interesting. Strange women, lewd women, the mouth of strange women, kisses. All right. So the kisses of strange women. Why would someone who is abhorred by God fall to this, and why would sex be the deep pit? And it's very interesting, because the mouth. So he's looking at this as if the mouth is euphemistic. Those who abandon themselves, they have abandoned God. Wow. Those who are abhorred by the Lord have sex. I mean, this is the understanding we get from so much Christian teaching, and partly why I'm seeking to unpack and uncover some of this stuff. Now, I will say, I don't think I fully understand the connection that the author's trying to make here. And I'll have one more stab at it, but feel free to leave a comment, like offer, what do you think? Like, what do you see? How does a proverb, because again, a proverb is usually one or two different statements or phrases that when you put them together, you see something different than each one alone. Like they both elaborate on the other. So the one with whom the Lord is angry will fall into it, will fall into a deep pit. And what is this deep pit? The Lord's anger leads a man to fall into a deep pit, which is the mouth, which is either the sayings or some sort of sexual connection with women from outside the nation of Israel. It's a deep pit. I mean, I'll share something of a personal story in this, that it is really hard when you, say, fall in love with someone who is not walking on the path of God. When you fall in love with someone who is walking in a different way, it is so hard to leave that, because love is such a beautiful thing. And I suspect this is something of what Solomon experienced. He's like, I love God, and I love the daughter of Pharaoh, and the king of Sidon, and all these princesses and women from all over the world. And it is possible to go there without falling into it, right? So again, there's a deep pit here. The issue of the curse is about falling into it, falling there. And so it is possible to approach a deep pit without falling into it. In fact, every single well, which is again a euphemism for the female body, is a deep pit, and it is possible to approach and experience life there without falling into it. The curse happens when you fall in, right? And so the way to approach is in right relationship with God, because if you are not in a good relationship with God, if you are denounced by God, this becomes a place that you get stuck in life. I think, at least for me, that seems to be the most apparent meaning embedded here in the proverb. Maybe apparent is not the right word. We've had to dig for this one. So we're not saying that foreign women are bad. We're saying that they are a potentially deep pit, and it's possible to approach a deep pit without falling in, but when you are out of right connection with God, you may begin to listen to the voice of, which is one of the potential meanings, or you may find yourself simply drawn into connection with people who are outside of the way of God in a way that causes you to fall there. So, looking at this from the inverse, what is the way to avoid getting into trouble with women who are, say, not part of the people of God? Which I'm expanding upon this, because for the Israelite person, a foreign woman is anyone who is not Jewish. For a Christian, if we were to apply this into today, it's somebody who is not following the way that we've chosen to walk. And so potentially a relationship with that person, listening to that person, having sex with that person, forming a deep, intimate relationship with them, could be a place that you get stuck in life. And I honestly feel like I've been there before. And the way that I have left that deep pit has to do with restoring the relationship with God. So here we have this intimate connection between how we are in connection with God and how we are in connection with others. And if we want to maintain the beauty of these things, the focus first is on that connection with God. And if you have fallen into a deep pit, you understand why. There's some sort of denouncement from God, something about life. It's just trying to get your attention. So I'm not fully satisfied with my understanding of this proverb, but I am satisfied with the amount of effort that we put in to understand this. I'm going to have to combine both of these videos after, since they disconnected. But as always, if you see something here, especially if it's something I haven't been able to uncover, I would love to know what it is. And if you have a reading or something that this speaks to you, also feel free to leave a comment. I look forward to hearing from you.